Go live.
Hello, we're live.
We're live. We're live.
Friday,
Awesome.
happy Friday.
It's another wonderful Friday. I think, what are we at, like between 35 and 40 now, or are we still 30 and 35?
You got it, man. Exactly.
One of them.
It's our age. It's our age between 35 and 40. Yeah,
We'll keep it that way for a long time.
that's
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How's everybody
So I
doing?
hope everybody's week's been wonderful. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of good things happening. What about you guys? Anything new this week? Any good news?
Lots
Alex,
on
you
the
always have
go.
good news, man.
What's that?
I said, Alex, you always have good news.
I mean, good news. Nothing, major. But I do think, like, for at least for me personally, good news only in the sense that I've just connected with an accountant. This is an area in my business that's been suffering, and that I didn't feel like I had a good accountant, somebody that really understands the business. So I just met with somebody that came highly recommended by a few people, including TJ actually, who was on this show at one point. And the accountant is exactly what I've been, looking for. He happens to be a real estate investor himself. No, we lost Cali temporarily. He's a wealth of knowledge, and again, something that I've always tried to understand as much about accounting as possible. But it led me to doing a lot of my own research, whereas now I'm getting it from somebody experienced. So I'm happy that I made this connection, and then I can finally move forward with somebody trustworthy.
Awesome. It's not Mitt, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's I know a lot of people that are using him as well. So, but that's awesome. It's always good to add an extra person to your power team, right? Because it just makes your life that much easier in the end of the day. What about you, Callie? What's the good word in your neck of the woods this week?
Man, the week flew by, and as far as like any big wins, I don't think I have to stop and think like, what do I have really exciting going on? It's just a continuation of all the projects that are happening. I don't know if I talked about this before, but one of my original purchases, we started doing some renovations on that, so that's coming along. We've got the demo down. Like it's going to be hard to let go, or not really, but it's just identifying that where I'm at now in my real estate entrepreneur journey. This property was is a single family home. It's a condominium townhouse, so I'm kind of restricted to the amount of strategies I can use with it. And I figure by updating it, a little bit nicer, I can capitalize from the market, it being a seller's market right now, and use those resources to redeploy into other projects where I can be a little bit more active and use more active strategies. So that's a big one that's going on for me amongst all the other projects that are ongoing.
Did that one close today?
Yeah. So I had a deal close today. I mean, I guess each deal we can celebrate it to like I got the how to walk through it, and celebrate the there's so much to celebrate. So you're right.
Well, that one had a kind of a weird setup, right? Like we weren't really sure. It was like conditional right up till closing date, right? Isn't it? Something weird like that.
Yes. So that is a big win for sure, man. It's So I had a deal close today. The money might already be in the bank, and ready to redeploy into other projects. So yeah, man.
Wonderful.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, no worries, man. I was just curious, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah. We went through. So how about you?
How about you, Shawn?
Well, actually, I got some pretty good news there. We the flip that we were working on, we should be closing on conditions today. We got a bully offer for over asking, and we accepted it. So we are hoping that goes through. And there's the end of conditional period is today, so I'm assuming that we'll get some news very shortly that they're closing on conditions, and that's great. We also got another property under contract today, so that's good also.
Awesome.
And we closed on a property today too. So
Nice.
Man, killing
Very
it.
nice.
yeah, it's good day. But so why don't we got a special guest today that we've been talking about having on for a little bit now, and anybody who's followed the show probably has an idea of who it is already. So why don't we just hop to it and we'll do our introductions and then we'll bring her on.
All right. So
it, man.
Alex Mustatea, active real estate investor based out of Hamilton. With my power team, who you'll meet the first just shortly. Focus on flips, multifamily conversions throughout Hamilton, GTA, and also in the Chatham region, southwestern Ontario. I'm always looking to connect. By all means, you can reach out to me by phone, 289-769-8975, or on Instagram, alexandru.mustatea.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Cali Braithwaite out of the GTA. Actively investing in flips here in the GTA and surrounding area, and also thanks to Mr. Gunter, a few deals in Moncton as well. If you ever want to reach out to me and find out what I'm working on and how you can get involved in some of this fun, contact me, Cali Braithwaite, on Facebook. You can use the phone number there, or you can find me on Instagram at Grow with Cali.
Awesome. And I'm Shawn Gunther, and I'm out of the Moncton, New Brunswick area. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest here in New Brunswick, I'd love to chat with you. You can reach out to us at 506-800-4289 or on Instagram at the Moncton Homebuyer. All right. So did you want to do the introductions, Alex?
Sure, my pleasure. It is my pleasure to welcome Cindy to our Cindy Zupanovic to our show. Cindy's been an integral part of my power team, and I'm just going to take another moment here to add on, because you had asked how my week has been. Well, now that she's on, I can tell you guys that we've closed on my first active real estate investment project, one that she found, one that she helped me basically with renovations and intel on what I should be doing. She helped me rent it out and keep the cash flowing for a year, and she helped sell it as well, and we just did fantastic. So we closed on Wednesday, and I actually just got the money today, so it's a good payday. It's fantastic. Thank you very much, Cindy. Welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you.
Circle.
Welcome, Cindy. Can I ask you a question,
Welcome,
Alex?
Cindy.
What did you do?
Good point.
You collected
I
the money.
swung the hammer.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming on the show today, Cindy. It's awesome to have you. We've heard very, very much about you. All good things. Alex has nothing but good things to say. So yeah, thank you for showing up and being on our show.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm Cindy Zupanovic. I work with Keller Williams Edge in Burlington. I work with a lot of investors. I do commercial. I've kind of got my hands in all pockets, but definitely love dealing with investors. They're so much fun. They're definitely a different breed, let me tell you that.
Cindy, what's the biggest difference between dealing with investors and dealing with non-investors?
Dealing with investors, it's always about the bottom line and the renovation cost, the carrying cost, and the emotion is aside. Whereas when you're dealing with people who are buying for themselves, it becomes very personal, and their emotions go through the roof. And it's quite a difference to see how investors look at purchasing versus a homeowner, for sure.
How long have you been within the real estate game? To give us maybe a little bit further on your background and involvement with real estate, Cindy.
Oh my God, this stems from actually being a kid. My parents were involved in real estate ever since I was a baby. My dad bought his first duplex. I was 3 years old. Then they started buying commercial plazas and whatnot. So I've been really involved in this for a long time. I got my license about 15 years ago. But I'm definitely, seeing my parents and what they did, that's really what created me to get into real estate and go forward. It's so much fun. It really is.
Awesome. You know, a lot of this knowledge. It's interesting. You know the Hamilton market quite well. A lot of this knowledge stems from being in the, even if you didn't so much grow up in Hamilton, but the GTA between Mississauga through Hamilton. You know this market quite well, and you can tell that you've known it for years. It's not just what's been happening only in the past couple of years. So, I've always seen a lot of value in that and working with you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I myself, I buy pre-construction. I love pre-construction. That's where I make the bulk of my money. I love buying from builders. It's unfortunate with this market, what's happened, because even builders now, they're becoming, I wouldn't say greedy, but they are. I mean, it's really amazing what builders are selling out there, but people are buying. So it's kind of getting more difficult to get into that pre-construction zone. I'm starting to look a little bit more along the lines of doing something very similar to Alex and start buying up property and starting to do flips. I think there's still money to be made. It's not as crazy as the pre-construction right now. So.
And that's something you and I have talked. So I think we'll still evaluating projects as they come up for us, or an opportunity for us to actually work together as a partnership on a project. So yeah, I'm always open to that. You want to maybe give us a brief breakdown, in your opinion, what's been happening in the GTA market, more maybe even in the past 3 months? How's that's shifted?
Oh, we're still seeing multiple offers happen. I mean, you know, I was just looking at the stats because every morning the first thing I do is pull up my board, start looking at stats, what's sold, what hasn't sold, how long on the market. Like I'm actually in competition right now. It's funny. I just put an offer on a property. It's a condo in Burlington, quite high. Condo fees are quite high. There's 7 offers on the property. So we're not really seeing this bidding war die down just yet. There are more homes coming on the market, but we're still seeing a lot of multiple offer situations. And, you know, like I've been looking at Hamilton. Hamilton makes me laugh. You know, you see a house listed for $399 and it sells for like $650. It's just incredible. Like, and I'm not saying that, you know, it's way overpriced. It's just a lot of agents, they want that multiple offer situation. So they're pricing a lot of homes way, way below market. And I think a lot of people need to understand that, you know, in Hamilton right now, to find a house for $400, it's not happening. So if you see something priced at $400, it's not going to go at $400. It's just, it's the reality of it. So, but yeah, the market, I mean, there's, looking at how, like Burlington in specific, I do mostly Halton when I'm looking at my stats, and there's been, I think, 132 listings come on versus 74 being sold. So we're starting to see that shift of more coming on the market, which is, and I'm happy for it, because I'm telling you, as a realtor, when you're putting in offer after offer after offer on so many properties and you're just losing out every time, it can be frustrating, and seeing my buyers getting frustrated as well. It's not fun. So I'm really kind of hoping the market's going to equalize itself out a little bit. We're just not seeing it yet, but I think it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, though.
Cindy, we haven't had a chance to like pick the brain of somebody who, like you mentioned, I didn't even know this about you, but the whole like pre-construction, you know, that being your desired kind of market. Can you tell us a little bit about like some of the growth you've seen in the pre-construction? Because I know I have a couple pre-construction condominiums, and I was a little bit worried when COVID hit, because I felt like the condo market took the biggest hit. But can you maybe talk or touch on that a little bit? Is that accurate in your mind? Are you seeing price per square foot go up in the last year and a half? Like, what are you seeing, and what are you still buying pre-construction?
To be honest with you, I'm very particular when I buy pre-construction for myself. I tend not to buy condos, and the only reason I tend not to do that, and I'm not saying it's for everybody, it's just more for me. My money sits there for 3 years, 4 years. I can buy something different and make that money grow faster. I mean, I think condos are great, you know, for some people, but for me, it's not something I like to do, because I don't like my money sitting somewhere for a long time, even though the prices are going to go up. I can do 2 or 3 different ones in that time frame. Condo market is going up. It is going up. Everything's going up. There is really nothing right now that's on the market that's really tanking unless it's way, way overpriced from the builder. But besides that, price per square foot, we are seeing an increase. Like, I mean, the house that I bought a year ago, actually it's a year and a half now. I mean, what I bought it from the builder and what it's worth now, it just kind of blew my mind in a year and a half that I just doubled my money. So.
Wow. And you're focusing primarily on pre-construction houses, so not condos.
Yeah, houses, mostly towns. I do a lot of towns. Most all of my homes actually I've ever owned have been towns. And the reason I do towns is because it's such an easy flip. You know, price points are really great. They're easy, you know, first-time home buyers, people getting in the market, that's what they want. You know, when you start getting into like larger homes, you know, like detached homes, and you're buying from the builder at 800 and then you want to go sell, you're putting yourself in a different market. I like the easy flips. I could sell it, liquidity, in, out, gone. And that's what I normally do.
What's interesting here, and then Cindy, you and I walked through that one that you were looking at, that one just off Quigley at Hamilton. These things, guys, for what it's worth. So that one, what was it, 2,500 square feet
on 3 floors.
On 3 floors for a townhouse. That wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't a corner unit.
No.
That was, in my opinion, a very sizable dwelling, a very sizable unit. But it is, so, you know, it gives you a lot for a family to live in without the cost associated with having a detached home brand new. That's actually a very interesting play, that it is still at that entry level, but it is brand new in an entire brand new complex. It's very well laid out.
Was there a yard
condo. Sorry?
Was there a yard or a rooftop terrace?
There was a yard.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a yard. Like the house that I have right now, I have a rooftop terrace. So the townhouse I'm in right now, it's 3 levels. There's no basement, and it's got the rooftop terrace, which is the whole unit. So the rooftop terrace, I think, is about almost 700 square feet. So it's quite large. And it's really interesting. A lot of people get really, you know, freaked out when you're buying off a floor plan. You know, I don't know, I have the vision to see what it could be, whereas a lot of people, they have a hard time looking at a floor plan from the builder and figuring how it's going to look at the end of the day. But for me, it's done well for me in the last, 20 years. I love pre-construction. I think it's fabulous.
Are you assigning them before closing, or are you closing on them and then selling them?
Closing on them. Sometimes I rent them, and then I rent for a couple years, and then I flip them. I sell them.
Okay, so you hold them for a while. You're not. It's not a quick. It's a couple years.
Depending on the market, you know, if I know that, hey, listen, I've made really good money here and the market's done well, I'll put it up for sale. Absolutely, I have no problem doing that. But I find with pre-construction, you tend to make more money holding it for 2 to 3 years than selling it right away. That's what I've noticed, and it's worked for me in all the ones that I've ever had. So,
okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting what you touched on in the beginning there with regards to condos. And Cali, did we understand correctly what you have are actual condominium apartments as pre-builds?
That's right. So
just
to give you a quick picture, is that before getting and investing in myself and getting mentorship and coaching, I did a refinance on one of my properties, and I had some capital. I'm thinking to myself, I got to put this to work. So I didn't know any better, and I got involved in these pre-construction condos. But knowing what I know now, I agree with you totally, Cindy, because I'm more active in the space. I would probably want to do something more active. But yes, there you go, Alex.
The reason I asked, Callie, is that what you've described was exactly what I did. Cindy knows this. It was about 2018 that I saw an opportunity. I was able to pull out some capital out of my only long-term buy and hold, and I got involved with 2 condos. One of them is my dad's, but he only kind of followed me. We're about to close on them, I think, in February, March of next year. So it's been, over 3 years we've been sitting on this capital that we've invested, and we're going to do very well. I know that the prices have gone up considerably, but in hindsight, what I've been doing in the past year, I'm thinking like, it wasn't a whole lot of capital, but man, I would have done so much more, so many more deals with that as an active investor, as opposed to a highly passive form of, I'm going to put it in, come back in 3 years, maybe it's done.
Mm-hmm. Condos for a first-time home buyer, like if you have a young couple and they want their first place and they need time to save, it's perfect. It's a perfect environment for them to buy a pre-construction condo, because it gives them the time to save up enough money that when they do close, they've got their full 20% down and they can get a mortgage. So it just depends what your situation is. I mean, for me being an investor, and for you guys being an investor, honestly, like having your money sit somewhere for 3 years versus where you can put it in somewhere else and make a lot more money, that's where it makes sense to me. That's why I'm not a big fan. I was in the same thing, condos, when I first, 20 some odd years ago, and I just kind of stayed away from it because I've seen other people do it, and your money just sits there for a long time. And I just know you can make more money doing something else.
What's the typical turnaround of a townhouse if you get in at phase one when theoretically you're really getting that big bargain? What's the turnaround by the time you close? And let's put COVID aside, but like, on the normal circumstances, some level of normal circumstances.
A year.
Max. Yeah.
Yep, a year. Most of mine been a year. Yeah. Normally I always seem to buy in the fall. I don't know why that is. And usually, by July, August, I'm in. I've had a couple delays, but nothing major, but a year.
So Cindy, you mentioned earlier that you think that the multiple offer situation is going to be changing in the next couple of weeks. Is that just because of like the time of year? Does it usually slow down around this time of year, or is there another thing that has you thinking that's going to start slowing down?
I just think with more inventory coming on, we're just seeing a lot more inventory. So that's giving people a lot more options. I mean, you take a look at where I live in Waterdown. At one point, there was only 50. Normally, on average in Waterdown, there's anywhere between 67 to 72 listings on a constant. We're sitting right now at, I think, 19. So when you have such a lack of inventory and people who want to move here, they have to buy what's available. And that's when you're starting to get 5, 6, 10, 15 offers on a property. But I mean, like once we start seeing numbers go back to normal, we're not going to see this. I mean, we'll probably still see offers, but not like 15. We'll see maybe 1 or 2 and not going like 150,000 over. It'll probably be like maybe 20 or 30. Like we're not going to see the craziness. I mean, I know you guys don't want to hear that because you guys want like multiple offers on your stuff. I get it. But I mean, how long are we going to ride this train? No one really knows. No one has a crystal ball. But I mean, I'm just seeing so much more inventory. I'm working with 4 buyers right now. And actually the last 2 weeks, especially this one couple, they're looking for a condo. And before there was like next to nothing. And in the last 3 days, there's been about 15 units that have come up.
Well, it's interesting you say that, but let's not, we definitely want to see as a flipper and selling a project, you want to get multiple offers and drive that price up. But I don't want to underestimate the value or the potential of still buying on the market. Most of us have been buying, and obviously Shawn, but most of us have been buying off market. But let's not undermine a very successful flip or a very successful, maybe even on both return on time as well as return on capital that we did in October last year, that we bought it on the market. So there is that element as well for investors that are still inclined in finding deals on the market, that it's tough to do so with limited inventory.
That one property that we bought on up on the mountain, you remember quite clearly, it had an offer date. No offers came in, which was really interesting. So we were able to actually get that property at a really good price because, even the agent was shocked that there was no, we were the only offer. And you did quite well on that.
Yeah. For what it's worth, I think it was months after we closed, I was looking at some of the yearly stats, and just around the time we made an offer and we bought that, we made the offer, there was a slight dip, a slight dip. And there was no signs. I mean, maybe Cindy had some signs as far as I was concerned. Anyway, we made an offer and we got lucky on it, but it was just, we bought on that dip.
It was such a short dip too. It didn't really last long because even the agent was like, "Oh my God! Like if I had just waited 1 more week to an offer date, it would have been a different situation." And it was such a short period where that dip hit, but we took advantage of it and it worked well. It worked really well. It was awesome. Couldn't have gone better. So
that's cool. So I guess it's cool because a lot of times, some of the people that might be listening to this or watching this may think that, I have to get an off-market deal. There's no opportunity. But you guys, just between some of the transactions that you've done together, you guys have created value through on-market deals, right? You can still find deals on market, or you can find ways to create profit or revenue from deals that are on market, working with a reputable or a knowledgeable realtor who understands what you're looking for. So this is great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, Cindy.
I was just going to say there are still deals out there. It's a matter of like, when Alex and I do what we do, we look at everything. Can it convert? Can you put a basement apartment? All the aspects of like when you're going to offer and whatever you're going to be offering. If we decide to convert this home into something a little bit different, the value where it comes out of. So even if you're in multiples, I have a partner, Michelle, and she bought 2 homes, multi-offer situations. She won them. I think one of them, she was number 15, and she got it, but she saw the potential of being able to create like two units within one. And when we started looking at the comps of what that is, it made sense. And she's going to do very well on those. So, I mean, as long as you're working with someone who understands, like maybe you have to put a little bit more money into this flip, but you're going to get the reward at the end of the day. And that's what you have to look at. I mean, I deal with some flippers where they just want to go in, put a coat of paint, redo the floors and walk away. Well, you're really not, you got to look at it a little bit differently than that to really make your money, right?
On market opportunities are, if there's, if it's hard to buy on the market, it's definitely to buy opportunities like that where they become a wholesale. That's next to impossible. I will say that. And it's interesting because the same deal that I talked about that just closed, it was on the market purchase. Was there offers here? Or there was something about whether or not there was.
That's the one that I got really upset with the other agent.
That's right. So
that was funny. He tried to create a multiple offer situation by saying there was another offer, to only find out that the other offer had died, and he didn't bother telling me that. So I pulled my offer off the table, and Alex and I went back in the next day at a very different price, and we ended up getting it. So I don't like when agents do that to me. Don't do that to me. It's not good.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is like definitely on market opportunities. Obviously, I will work with Cindy directly on evaluating the opportunities, but I think there hasn't been a deal that I got, with maybe the exception of the ones in Chatham that just didn't make sense, and they were just a different ball of wax. There hasn't been a single deal that I got involved with off market that I didn't include Cindy, because I want her opinion, because I want her, and ultimately she's going to be selling this thing, so I need her opinion anyway, even if it is an off market opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm all good with that, because really at the end of the day, I need to see the property. If I'm going to start doing comps and I'm going to see where this place is going to be by the time the reno's finished, I need to see it. So Alex and I work very closely on that. We talk about removing walls, what the potential is, the basement, can that work? And for me, it's fun because I love it. I also do interior design as well. And so Alex and I, we walk through, we look at everything, the potential. And then when I'm sending comps or I'm doing comps, I'm doing it based on what we see the vision for the property to be. So it's awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome. No, and that's great. Like, I mean, I don't really have a lot of the same issues as you guys. We have kind of different problems here, whereas we're more on like the wholesale side of things. In a lot of situations, the spread's not quite as good for us in a lot of ways, where we can go in and afford to spend like a couple $100,000 or $100,000 on a flip, because you just will never get it back out. So it's, you know what I mean? It's a little bit of a different scenario here. But yeah, it's really interesting to hear about like the pre-builds and stuff like that you guys kind of deal with as well, because it's, again, another market that we don't really deal with here in New Brunswick so much. We do have pre-built, houses, but most of them are like single family dwellings that are, you're paying more than you'd be buying anything on the market for anyway, because it's brand new, but it's a little bit different. But yeah, we are kind of up past our 30 minutes here already. If we got more questions to ask Cindy and stuff like that, maybe we ask them now.
Cali,
any last thoughts that you wanted to add, Cindy, to let everyone know?
or how people can get in touch with you or anything like that?
Well, I've got my number there. That's the best way. Text me or call me. I do have an email. It's czrealtyplus@gmail.com. You can email me as well, but honestly, just send me a text. I live and breathe with this beside me. So if you need to get a hold of me, just text me. I'll be there. And not at 5 o'clock in the morning like I've had some clients do that. Please don't do that.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no idea, eh? Don't do that.
Clearly, if Alex vouches for you, you have some good qualities for sure. So,
Alex and I have been working together for quite a while, and just as much as he talks about me, I talk about him a lot because he's learned so much in the last couple of years, and it's amazing to see the transformation I've seen with Alex, and I think he's amazing in what he does for sure.
Thank you, Cindy.
You're very welcome.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Awesome.
And that's how I met Cali, by the way, is through Alex. So
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Growing with Cindy.
We'll find Cali wandering the streets of Hamilton again.
Yeah. It's like City Pulse everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. That sounds good.
Yeah.
great.
Cool.
All right.
Well, let's wrap it up.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And hopefully I'll
Don't
be
go
on your
anywhere
show
yet,
too.
Cindy.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in. Alex Mustatea, based out of Hamilton, focus on flips and multifamily conversions. If you guys want to reach out, by all means, I'm at 289-769-8975 or by Instagram, alexandru.mustatea.
Cali Braithwaite, thanks again for tuning in for another week. Hopefully we brought some value to you. Very special guest, Cindy, who I hope will join us again in the near future, because it was a great time talking to you, Cindy. So I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot. You can reach me on Facebook, spelling my name, Cali Braithwaite, or on Instagram at Grow with Cali. I'm actively working on some flips and assignments in the GTA and also actively in the Moncton, New Brunswick area. So if you ever want to reach out to me and hear about what I'm working on and get involved in some of the action, please reach out.
Awesome. And I'm Shawn Gunther out of the Moncton, New Brunswick area. And if you're looking to buy, sell, and invest here in New Brunswick, definitely get in touch with me. Or if you're looking at getting started in real estate investing and don't know where to begin, definitely give us a shout. You can reach me at 506-800-4289 or Instagram at the Moncton Homebuyer. Also on Facebook or LinkedIn, just by my name. So yeah, it's been another great week here. Hopefully everybody will join us again next week, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just all want to thank Cindy very, very much for joining us today on the show. And yeah, hope to see you all next week again. Take care.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Cindy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.